So back when Jimmie was living on your couch, could you ever have imagined today that he'd be a 7-time champion and going into the Hall of Fame?
Well, him living on my couch was his own fault. He just couldn't get upstairs. So, I mean, he had a bedroom upstairs if he wanted to. He wasn't impressive in his earlier career of stock car racing, of that, but I mean, he had the talent to drive in as loose as race car he has. I think every week I had to let him know that he's really good, because he's not driving the best equipment out there, and the thing's sideways. And he came home one day and he said, you know, they haven't called me yet and everything. I might have to go to a different manufacturer. And I just told him to wait for another week, and guess what? Jeff Gordon gave him a call, and that's where he ended up at Hendricks.
Harvick's not too far behind. I mean, they kind of shared, space at your house. What do you think Harvick's legacy is going to be once he's out of the car for good?
He's already gone. He's wide open. Kevin's starting everything. He's got dabbled in a little bit of everything. The Hall of Fame is just another notch on his belt, because I mean, he deserves to be in here from what he's done with the people he's employed, the people he's put in his race cars, what he's done to his hometown of Bakersfield, of all the schooling and everything, what he's helped with. So he's definitely an icon of the sport, of what giving back to the sport is, and starting the car tours with Dale Jr., Jeff Burton. No saying, I mean, he's well deserved of this thing. He should have already been in here.
How much fun is it to show up at these events, be here, still be engaged in the sport, and just being a part of this group of people?
Well, I look up to Richard Petty, because he gets to wear a hat, and he wears a cowboy hat, and I get to wear the surfer dude hat, from California. So they can't tell me to take it off if they don't tell him to take it off, and he ain't going to take it off. So
there is equity in the sport.
There is, and I've always been my own person. I've always spoke well for my sponsors, because I know where it comes from, and I always talk highly, and I always go out and see the fans at the racetrack. And we know where it comes from. This is just unbelievable to even be part of this, because when we raced, we didn't know there was going to be a Hall of Fame. We just raced to put food on the table, and I give all the credit to my wife. I quit racing 2 or 3 times, and she's always saved money to keep going on. And then when that winter heat started and Dale Earnhardt called me to move back to North Carolina, my life's changed. So this is awe. These are the people I looked up to, watching race and listen to them on TV, learned how to speak, because it's always them, and there, but, and now you got to learn how to talk a little bit without doing that and taking over the conversations. You want to talk about something bad, you got to make it good for yourself or your sponsors and stuff. So it's a learning curve, and that's what we're doing with the Hornaday development with my daughter and everything else, of teaching these kids to keep their fire suits, because that's what their sponsors on there, and make sure they know everybody's watching them.